Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for jumping on and joining me. I normally jump on Mondays and Fridays. That's the Motivational Mondays and the Faithful Fridays. But today I felt led to do something different. I know there's been several seasons in my life where God literally will tell me what's next. And this season that I've currently been in, I've been praying for God to show me what's next. We're in a new month. We're in a new season. We're embarking upon the fourth quarter. And so it's very important that we're intentional and with those things that we've said we were going to do this year, that we said we were going to do this quarter, that we said we were going to do this month, so on and so forth. And so I got up early this morning. As always, I'm a morning bird. I'm up with the birds. And God just began to download. And I'm like, what's next? What's next? Because I was doing some reading, absorbing some teaching, and it just hit me. It's just like you always get these downloads. That's just what it is. Sometimes we're looking for it to have some empowering name. We're looking for some empowering moment. And God makes it simple. Downloads. And so this morning when I got up and I took notes because I wanted to make sure that I, spread my light in the way that it was being shown to me. But I was thinking about my next when I was up this morning, like what's next? And it just began to download. So I'll keep it short and sweet because it wasn't long. And what God was showing me and some of these things that he's told me to be intentional in doing. But again, God has always worked with me in those morning hours. Early in the morning, I'm a natural morning person, but that's when he downloads and pours. And for the past few weeks, he literally has hovered my thoughts with getting your house in order, physically, mentally, spiritually, most importantly, spiritually. And all I kept thinking was, what was God trying to do? But out of obedience, I did it. Physically, I began to toss. I got rid of those things that no longer served me, those things that no longer fit, those things that I had outgrown. I just got rid of it. Some of the stuff was new. Some of it still had tags on it. But God said, this is no longer serving you in the season that you're in, nor where I'm taking you. And so I just let it go. I don't know if any of you guys struggle with it, but when you just have things in your life that it's so hard to let go, you struggle with releasing it. And I feel like that's what I was doing. I was struggling with releasing just stuff. And so the more and more he dealt with me on the stuff, I didn't lose heart in it. I just got obedient. I got obedient to do what he was telling me to do mentally. I felt like he was definitely putting me in a place of spreading, just being intentional of saying, protect your peace at all costs. Be careful what you're absorbing. Be careful what you're listening to. Be careful what you're connecting with. So out of obedience, and I'm sure I had to tick a few people off, and I call it tick off because, people are never going to understand the season you're in. You just got to do it. But mentally, I had to do whatever I had to do to protect my peace. Even when I was talking to someone this morning about, what God was downloading into me, it was just, even that person had said something that made me think. Remember, sometimes you don't appreciate a moment until it's a memory. And so sometimes when we're connected with certain things and God calls forth our higher version and we have to unconnect with those things that we've been connected with for so long, it hurts because we have to let go of some of those memories that we've had, some of those things and moments that we've been able to share. Spiritually, I just begin to absorb. I begin to absorb. I begin to read the word. I grabbed my books. I read. Read those things that demanded me to unlock my best version yet. I've told you guys about me reading the book of Patience. I'm reading the book Woman Evolve. And both of those have just been life-changing with the skill sets, how they make you think outside of the box about certain things that you've been conditioned to think about your whole life. I think I was all in because I knew it was God's nudge. It was God's nudge because I love to clean up. I have no problem with cleaning up, but this was something different. God was dealing with me to get your house in order, your whole house, your physical, your mental, and your spiritual. Get it together because you don't know what's next, but you want to be ready. Many of us are not ready when that next opportunity shows up. Many of us are not ready when it's time to walk into that period of transition. There's just things we can't let go. There's things that are weighing us down. I even thought about this memory bucket that I have. And I'm telling you guys, this bucket has to weigh like 20 pounds at the most. But when I thought about it from a physical and a spiritual sense, this is how much of your past you're trying to drag around. You can't drag all of these memories around. You got to learn to let some stuff go. It's in here. It's not going anywhere. I asked God to show me my next, and I know that he was saying in all aspects to get rid of it. Get it out. Get it all out. Get rid of it. You don't need it. You don't need it for where you're going. Right now, you're carrying too much. You just don't need it. And many of us are just carrying too much. We're carrying so much that we can't even grab a hold of what's ahead of us. We're stuck in the now instead of letting go so that we can get to where we're headed. I feel like in this season, we just have to prepare for something greater. We have to be ready. We have to be ready. Like, it's not an option. We've got to be ready. We can no longer be hostage to those connections, those things that have held us back, have continued to hold us back. We got to let it go. And when you're doing something, when God is doing something in you, people are going to have to wait. They're going to have to wait because you need to be extremely focused right now. And the fall season, fall represents its own characteristics. And if you don't know some of those characteristics and what you should be doing in this season from a natural, begin to look those things up because they're all connected and it all begins to make sense of why we move in sync as we do. But again, didn't want to stay on here long. Just wanted to jump on. I don't know what God's doing with this new series. I just know it's called downloads because he's always downloading something, making me go to a deeper level to see what it is really that he's trying to show me and how he's wanting me to spread my light about what it is that he's showing me. And so I hope everybody's having an awesome Tuesday. It is Tuesday. I hope everyone's having an awesome Tuesday, that you're being productive, that you're getting some stuff done, that you're making the most of this week, and that you're giving life all that you have. You only get one life. Make the most of it. And don't wait until it's too late, because some people wish they could go back and do some of the things that you now have an opportunity to do. You have the tools, you have the resources, you have the wits. Just do it. Just do it. So thank you so much again for joining me, and I'll be back with another download soon. Have a great day, everyone.